Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. Guys, as always, I'd like to say thanks to all of our subscribers for liking, sharing, watching the content. I appreciate you guys. Now, today is Tuesday, right? June the 10th, 2025. Guys, we almost halfway through this month, right? And the only thing I'm really looking forward to right now is getting paid on Friday. Okay, now I have no idea what we're going to get paid on Friday, but we'll find it out tomorrow when at least the stuff from Misty comes in, right? Because we get that notification stuff where we get paid for Misty tomorrow. Now, like I said, I have no idea what it's going to be. I'm not even going to worry about it right now. But today, I mean, the market did pretty decent, right? It wasn't one of those great days, but it did decent. Now, guys, remember, this is not financial advice, okay? I'm just a 52-year-old man that makes video about my portfolio and my portfolio alone. So do not take this as financial advice. Now, let's look at the heat map, okay? Now, I couldn't get this stuff to work yesterday. It wouldn't load up. Today, it wouldn't load up either, right? I had to, like, close the thing, log back in, and it's up. So, you know, go figure. You know, I have no idea what's going on. Anyway, but as you can see, Tesla is up today 5.64%, something like that. Meta, Google, Nvidia, Apple, JP Morgan Chase, Amazon, J&J, to name a few, are up today. Netflix is in the red, but you know what? We don't really care. Why do you say you don't care? Because we don't care. Somebody got to be in the red, and today is just their day. Microsoft is also in the red. Berkshire Hathaway is also in the red. So I mean, it is what it is. Okay. Someday we lose, someday we win. But today wasn't one of those days that we lose money during the regular hour. Now that can change during extended hour, but the regular hour we haven't lost any money today. And I mean, I'm happy with that. Let's see what tomorrow's going to look like, at least for the rest of the week. Like I was saying last week, I'm hoping that, you know, this is one of the weeks that we are green all through, even though when yield max pay, the positions always go down, right, when they pay. But let's see what happens. Now, if we look at crypto, right, crypto market the last couple of days have been pretty decent, right? Bitcoin was up to, I think, at 112 yesterday, if I'm not mistaken, or the day before. Some people was at 112, right? I'm not talking about $112. I'm talking about $112,000. Okay. Now today they're down to 109, and you can also see Ethereum is at $2,700. Okay, so that's decent for people who invest in Ethereum. Dogecoin 19 cents. Okay. Tron 29 cents, Cardano 71 cents, Shiba 0.00001. Okay, we got how many zeros? 4 zeros in between that. Okay, 0.00001. Man, when are we gonna, even when we get to like lose another zero? I can't wait for that to happen. Okay, that's like stuff man can dream of. Okay, just waiting for, you know, my position to lose another zero. Now it seems like Bitcoin, it's like a fat man at a buffet. It's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, $2.17 trillion market cap. Bitcoin did in volume in the last 24 hours $41 billion. That's 41 billion with a B. Okay, 41 billion with the B. Oh man, you know, it's amazing. It's amazing. All right, guys. So let's look at our little portfolio, which is at about $1,000 in this portfolio, and is generating almost $1,000. And that's amazing. We got a portfolio that's $1,000 and is generating almost $1,000 a year, right? A year, not just in a month. Okay, that would be crazy. But it's generating almost $1,000 in the year. So, I mean, I can't knock it. We're going to continue to invest. We're changing some things in the portfolio. Of course, I didn't buy none today in the portfolio because I don't have money to buy anything. Okay, right? This the time of the month I'm paying bills and stuff. So usually I pay the bills, and then whatever left we reinvest. Okay, other than dividends I've been reinvested, which we don't mess around with too much. Okay, now you see down here, the portfolio is up today $49.35. As you can see, this number, why this thing doing this thing, trying to open up. It's another one of those things where the portfolio continue to grow a little bit at a time as we fight, the downside. Right, right now we're down 14%. At some point we were down like almost 20%. Guys, there's another thing I want to say. I talk about this all the time. Now, for people who don't watch the channel all the time, that's on you. You got better things to do with your time. I can't push that on you. But I tell you guys all the time, if I had to do it all over again right now, I would not be doing anything with margins. You see these two accounts right here? They used to have margins, right? There's going to be a lot of money in these accounts. And I move all the money out of this account into Fidelity because of margin calls. Okay, have an issue with margin calls. And now, even though I don't have a lot of money in these portfolios, right? But as they continue to grow, any money they make, or if they go down, I don't have to say, "Oof, man, margin calls." I don't have to worry about that. Okay, now we still got $3 and change sitting here. Everything else in this portfolio is set to reinvest, right? Until we get to $1,000. I think the first thing that will generate $1,000 income in here will probably be Misty, but we probably need to have about 1,000 shares. I believe 1,000 shares in Misty will generate us about $1,000 a month. I'm just throwing a number out there, so it's gonna be over $1,000 a month. If Misty paying over $1, it will be over $1,000 a month. But I think that's what we need to start generating that little bit more money, and then diversify into some other positions in the portfolio. Okay, guys, this is gonna be another quick portfolio video today. I'm kind of rushing to the video as you guys can see. Now, my Fidelity portfolio today, we are up over $3,000 in my Fidelity portfolio, and that just gains. Okay, we didn't lose any money overall in the portfolio. Now, some positions went down, went up. But overall, at the end of the day, the market closed, we are in the positive, okay? We down only 3.5% overall on the portfolio, which is not too bad, right? Now, of course, I got some losses in the portfolio on both, on my different positions that I have, which is about $100 something thousand. But at some point, when we add in all of the dividends received over the time frame, is it really a loss or not? But it is. Are we going to figure it out another way? For me, it don't really matter, because if I lose 150 and I get a dividend for 500,000, right? If you subtract that, I'm still got $350,000 coming in. So am I losing anything? No. But to each his own. Okay. This is not financial advice, guys, okay? I am not giving financial advice. I'm just talking about my portfolio like I do all the time. So do not take this as financial advice. Now, the income over here is still at 38. The income on the other side is at 39. Now, the good thing about this is the number is close. Based on what we're going to get paid this week, right? If we can generate anything over $5,000, that would be great. That means we're on track to generate that 40K. But if not, we're still going to be, if we generate 35K, like I said, or even 39, 30, whatever, 8K we generate this month, is still better than not generating anything, because we need to pay down our margins, right? And this is what we're doing, paying down the margin, paying down debts, and keep it moving. So when we get to the point where we don't have to worry about margin calls, okay, guys? Because, like I said, if you try to build a portfolio and you constantly worry about margin calls, you can't live off your portfolio if your portfolio is below 50% and your margin is 55%. How are you going to live off your portfolio? You can't live off your portfolio. Okay, guys, so you got to be careful with margin calls. You guys know I say that all the time. I don't recommend using margins. You have to be pretty, you have to understand it, okay? And for me, I'm, like I say, during this time of the tariff, that really taught me a lesson, a hard lesson, right? That I had to, like, sell stuff in my portfolio, move funds from other accounts to keep my portfolio alive, right? And I'm still in the negative as far as that concerned, because I'm still like 55-45 right now in my portfolio. So I need to get that fixed, and the only ways I can get that fixed is to stop spending money, right? Because once I'm buying positions, that money that I'm using as far as margin is concerned is still going up. So we need to collect more income into the portfolio that will offset, right, the margins, okay? And I mean, we're not far away, 5% away. I think that's a good number, right? Soon will be, the number will trend the opposite direction. And right now we don't really have to buy anything. I mean, we're generating $35,000-$40,000 between that every month. We don't need to buy nothing. We need to make the adjustments into the account right now and let that balance itself out. And then maybe the last 4 months in a year, we can buy some stuff. But I mean, we will still buy some stuff, but not at the rate that I would normally go, where I'm spending all of the money in the account and leaving myself vulnerable. Okay, guys, so let's look at the overall here. We're at 546K, right, which is decent. We got a yield of 94.8%. The yield on cost 77.44%. That's decent number, right, compared to what the portfolio is actually generating, which is, I think, is a decent number. Okay, and we go to the income, which is still, like I said earlier, at 39. It went down 39.3. I'm hoping we can get that number back up. As you guys know, last month we generated over $44,000, and this thing was still saying we generated under that amount. So, that's why I count this stuff, so you guys can see, because a lot of people is like, oh, you can't generate this amount of income with this amount of money in the portfolio. Okay, what do you want me to say? Argue with you? Watch the videos, because I show everything, right? Watch the videos, because I show everything. So that's what it is, guys. All right, this is not made up. This is my account is actually attached to this stuff. I use multiple trackers to show these things, okay? And the next 5 years, the next 10 years, we are 8.5 million. The next year, 8.5 million. I don't care about that number. I only care about the next 3 to 5 years, which is 2.1. I think that's an amazing number. Even if we only generate half of that, we're still going to be doing amazing. As always, guys, this is not financial advice, okay? I'm just sharing my portfolio to motivate you guys, so you can continue to do what you do best, is to make that money, okay? You want to be rich, it's actually not that hard. It took me 51 years, right, before my 52nd birthday to become a millionaire. This is something that I was trying to do in my 30s, right? And then when I achieved it, it was like, is this what it is? I didn't feel different, right? I didn't feel any different. I still had my same personality, my same attitude, my go-getter attitude. I still had the same attitude. The only thing that changed a little bit was my net worth. Now, I won't even say my bank account, because I don't really keep money in banks like that. You know what I'm saying? So I won't say, oh, but my bank account changed. No, my bank account didn't change, really. My investments changed. My real estate portfolio changed slightly. That's about it. Okay, guys? So remember, you got to set that foundation, the groundwork. Okay? Set the foundation, set the groundwork, and believe you me, it's going to work out. There's so many people out here that's making a killing investing in these high yields. Like I said, it's risky, but you got to do what you got to do. Okay? So don't take my word for it. All right? Drop a comment, ask questions, what you want to do. But as of now, we're done for the day, and we're going to do this again tomorrow, guys. Okay? As always, peace out. Like, share the content. Okay, guys? I love you guys. Peace out.